Hello, friends. So, apparently, you are not allowed to do yoga in the Pyramids complex, because clearly that's where I am. This is my second time here. The first time I was on a tour, and it was basically like, look at the pyramid, take a picture, okay, let's leave. And I was like, that's literally the whole reason I came to Egypt. What do you mean we're leaving already? That's crazy. So, I extended my trip and came back to Cairo and decided to come to the pyramids today. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna record my yoga class because some of you know that I'm doing yoga in every country that I go to, and I try to do cool places. And I was like, what's cooler than the pyramids in Egypt? And yeah, anyway, so I was doing yoga and some guys like walked by, but that's, normal. That always happens. So I didn't really think anything of it. And then this lady came by and was like trying to interrupt me, and so I like stopped to talk to her, and then she like went and took my camera like away and was like, you can't do that. And I was like, I can't do what? Like, I can't take a video, I can't take photos, like I don't understand what I can't do. And like I obviously there was a language barrier too, so that was a thing, but I was just like, okay. And so I was like, so I can't take a video, and she was like, yeah, no, you can't take a video. I was like, okay. So then I like set up the tripod again to I really wanted a picture of me doing Sphinx pose next to the Sphinx, because I don't know, I thought it would be funny, and not funny, but like cool looking. And so I like was setting up for that, and then she came back and she's like, no, like you can't do that. And I was like, I can't take pictures? Like I don't understand, like everyone's taking pictures and videos, but I can't take these specific pictures. I was like, is it because I have a yoga mat? I was like, it's just because I didn't want to get dirty because it's dusty, like. And she was just like, no. And I was like, okay. So I just like packed up and was on my way. Oh, my hat is blowing away, give me just a second. Okay, I have rescued my hat. It's very windy, as you can tell. Hopefully you can hear me. But yeah, so I packed up and I was on my way. I stopped to take a picture of the temple that was right there, next to the Sphinx. And then she like followed me and she was like, I need you to wait here, like you have to talk to the manager. And I was like, oh my god, am I getting kicked out of the pyramids? Because like I hadn't actually done anything yet. And I was like, no. And then of course like my like overwhelmed, like I didn't know that I was doing anything wrong, because it nowhere says that you can't do yoga at the pyramids, like, and it's not like I was, defacing them or graffitiing or doing something sexual or weird, like, I probably should cut that part out, but I wasn't doing anything wrong as far as I was aware. And so I was like, oh no, am I getting asked to leave? And so I started crying, and she was like, it's okay. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cry. Like, I'm trying actively not to cry, because like I don't deal well with confrontation with authority figures, and being in a country where I'm a guest, I was like, oh gosh, like what have I done? Like I was just trying to do yoga and like be in a peaceful and like majestic place and like do something soulful and connected, as opposed to just being like, oh selfie, oh selfie, oh selfie. Anyway, so I wait for the manager, and then he comes and he's like, okay, you can't like do that. And I was like, okay, but can you explain to me like what I can and cannot do? Like I don't understand. Like, am I allowed to take pictures? Am I allowed to take videos? Is it just yoga you have a problem with? And he was like, yeah, you can't do sport or yoga or meditation. And I was like, okay, so if I'm just sitting, are you going to think that I'm doing meditation? Because I was like, am I being asked to leave? And he's like, no, but if you do any more, like you will be in big trouble. And I was like, okay, so can we just clarify like what I'm allowed to do and what I'm not allowed to do? And yeah, I'm still unclear, honestly, but I've just kind of been moving quickly and like trying to stay away from people who look like they work here, so hopefully no one sees me doing this video, because maybe this isn't allowed either. But yeah, anyway, so I cried, and then I was like, oh god, like white girl tears, like I'm not trying to do that, I'm really not, but I was just overwhelmed and like confused and sad and disappointed, because I was really excited about the class that I was doing. And anyway, but I'm here, I'm alive. And then like I like went into the temple that was there, and the guys were like, ticket, and I was like, I don't know which temple this is, like I don't know which ticket you need. But I was like still kind of crying, and they're like, oh, what happened? And I was like, nothing, I'm sorry, and so then I just like, went and stood in the corner, and then like somebody came and was like, I don't know, said a bunch of things in Arabic, and I was like, and he was like huffy, and I'm like, I just need a minute to collect myself, so I'm just gonna stand in the corner and just take a moment where I'm not talking or looking at anyone. It's like everyone's trying to sell you something here, and like get you on a camel ride or a horse ride or a carriage ride or whatever, and I'm just like, no, I want to be alone for a minute without anyone talking to me, so I can collect myself and like go back to enjoying my time at the pyramids. Oh yeah, so not at all how I expected today to go, but such is life, I guess. And I'm grateful for the opportunity that I had to do a little bit of yoga in front of the pyramids because it was a very magical experience. And I am also very grateful that they did not kick me out and that I still get to enjoy being here. I walked up to the panoramic view, which is where I'm at now, and the guys were like, no one goes there on foot, like you have to take a camel. And I was like, do I have to? Because I don't think that's true. And I was like, and he was like, yeah, you can't go that way. And I was like, in my head, I was like, watch me. So I was just sort of done. But I'm enjoying this peace and quiet alone in solitude to myself to recharge my battery real quick and sort of get myself back in alignment and feeling better about life so that I can continue on with my day. But anyway, just thought I'd give you guys an update. Thanks for listening and watching for this long. And yeah, I hope you all are having a much better day than mine started. And I hope that I continue to have a great day. All right, see you all later. Bye.